When you're ready, guys, sir.
Don, what went wrong for you in the second quarter and what turned it around for you?
Yeah, look, really solid start. I thought the guys jumped out and played some really good footy in the first quarter. In the second quarter, the sort of lights went off for a period there, didn't they? All credit to Carlton, and they kept at it, and they brought some real pressure and won the ball, and we made some very bad turnovers, and at half time we addressed that and spoke about really what creates winning for us and what it looks like. And to the players' credit, they came out in the third quarter and regained control of the game.
I noticed in the second quarter you had 8 players lining up behind centre bouncers.
Yep.
And the third quarter you had 7. Is there any reason for you experimenting with something?
No. That's just our system in terms of how we play at times, and that was just the phase of the game, and we made some adjustments. That's all.
Well, given what you've faced with your injuries this year, are you reasonably satisfied to be 5-2 at this point?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, for us, it's we want to win every game, and tonight was a game that we probably were expected to win, and to the guys' credit, they were able to do that. It sets us up nicely for obviously a big game next week in the showdown. So, and we're hopefully getting some guys returning as well next week, which would obviously add to the side.
You're learning more about at least, I guess, the guys that come in and get their opportunity. It's going to be pretty hard to knock them out of the side when you have guys coming back in.
Yeah, well, and that's we've seen that already this year with, say, Lockie Murphy, who was pretty solid for us early in the year. He went out injured and hasn't been able to get back in. So, and that is one of the upsides, if you like, of having some injuries, is you give guys some opportunity, and they've come in and played some really good footy. So, yeah, selection will get harder from here, which is a good thing. That's what we want.
Sorry, talking about injuries, Wayne Miller, hamstring. He's your 8th player.
I don't know if it's behind the knee there, so we're just going to get that one assessed. So it'd be a bit early to say it's a hamstring at this point. So we'll wait and see with the assessment early in the week.
So it might be a knee injury.
Well, it could be. It's in the back of the knee area there, so it's around the tendon. I haven't spoken to the doctors yet. So, but clearly at half time they got him out and got him running after half time, and felt it wasn't worth taking the risk at that point to push him on. So he didn't play the last half.
Mitch McGovern, outstanding in the forward lines, and of course Tex will come back next week.
Yep.
It's a nice dilemma for you. Do you leave Mitch in the forward lines or send him back?
Yeah, no, it was good for Mitch tonight. I mean, he's been sort of nearly in terms of taking some catches throughout the year, and tonight some of those stuck, which was great. I thought he jumped at the ball really strongly and finished his work well. So I think 5's his best return in a game, which is great for him, and it helps his confidence as he builds to being the player that we re-signed him last year on the basis that we thought he could become a real pivotal forward, and tonight he hit the board and did some really good things.
Richard Douglas had 2 goals in that third quarter, and also finished with 5 score assists as well. So he just keeps on keeping on, doesn't he, really? Yeah,
I thought his work tonight was outstandanding. I thought he really linked the game up well for us. He, as you say, kicked a couple of vital goals in that third quarter, and after half time it was important that our senior players and our leaders really stood up and took control of the game, and I thought he really set the scene in the third quarter.
Was there a chance of, you sort of said before that you were expected to win tonight, that you were a chance of taking this game a bit lightly, or is it a sign of the group's maturity that you don't underestimate anyone at all?
No, I think in this comp you're very dangerous if you start underestimating people. We're building. We're trying to build and progressing and to playing our very best football. Which at the moment, fair to say, I don't think we're necessarily playing our best footy, but we're getting results, which is ideal, and we're seeing, as I said, the development and the evolution of a few players as well. So, but certainly coming here tonight, we knew we were going to be in for a tough contest. Carlton have played some good footy, as they showed in the second quarter. If we don't bring and don't match any side, you're going to be under pressure, and that's the comp's too even to take any liberties.
Is it good for Bryce to get that one out of the way? Probably a few mixed emotions for him, who's such a long association with Carlton. Probably a few nerves during the week.
Yeah, he was a bit nervy tonight, playing his former club, and that's to be expected when you've spent a long period at another club. It's always hard and a little bit daunting going back up against them, but I thought he handled it well, and as you say, now that's behind him. I think next time it'll be a bit like Sam and Eddie. They've sort of just now playing.
In terms of the injuries, Riley Knight, is he a chance to come back next week? Or?
Yeah, so Riley's a chance to come back next week, along with obviously Taylor and Rory. So we'll assess them during the week, and Rory's getting close now. He keeps reminding me. He just reminded me a minute ago. So we'll see how they go during the week.
What do they have to do? Like, what do they have to do to improve them?
Oh, we've got main training session and get through. I mean, for Rory, he's progressed really well, and he was close this week. But we made a decision to get him right, and as I said during the week, if he's not right, it doesn't make sense pushing him back out there because we've got a lot of the season still to go. And with Taylor, he trained this morning. He's asymptomatic in terms of how he's travelling, and we expect he'll train fully on Monday and Wednesday.
Just Kirtley Hampton, I know he missed the SANFL game with an adductor injury. What's the situation with him? Yeah,
well, hopefully that's only a 1 weeker. He just did that late in the game against Norwood, so he's obviously they've got a bye next week in the SANFL, so not playing this week gives him really 2 weeks to recover from that, and hopefully get him back up and going pretty soon.
Well,
thanks, guys.
Thank you, Tom.
Cheers.
Great, thanks.